Okay, so for starters, good morning and happy Friday. Welcome to the last day of the month of February 2025. There's a lot I gotta go into today, so I'm gonna rapid fire the Hot Ones episode, and then I'll get into the true importance of this day. And unfortunately, I'm actually running a little bit late, so for now, I'm going to put on my boots as I go on about my day. Actually, let me grab my notes out and my computer mouse. Okay, so my low is every once in a while, like whenever I turn off my computer and because last night I was on my computer, and you guys probably know this, but the power cord to my computer doesn't charge the battery, so if it comes unplugged, my computer turns off. It happened last night and my computer wouldn't turn on. I was freaking out. So luckily at 20:05 this morning, it actually did turn back on, so thank God. But yeah, my low is my computer wouldn't work last night when I really needed it to. My high was I was lucky enough to see my nephews yesterday, as well as my brother and his wife. We all had Domino's pizza for dinner last night, which, I think it was Joshua Weissman, shout out to Joshua Weissman, who said it best when he said, listen, the major fast food pizza chains, like Domino's Pizza and stuff like that, they're gonna do just fine. If you really want good pizza though, just support local. In my area has places like Emilio's, the two Picnic Pizza locations, the several Rico's locations, the several Pudgy's locations, Vincenzo's, Atlas. There's Cam's Pizza in Penn, that's a really good local place. So yeah, if you're gonna have pizza, really good pizza, just support local. That's the polite thing to do. And speaking of my nephews, my act of kindness was helping my mom watch my nephews and helping them, have they don't really need help eating dinner, but it's a set of 5-year-old twins and a 3-year-old. Of course, things are gonna be rambunctious. It was a lot of fun, and it is a real treat to see my nephews. And honestly, it was pretty much a great way to end not just this week, but the month of February. Well, technically, the end of February is after today, which is always a good thing. So let's get into yesterday's episode of Hot Ones. So Lisa from Blackpink was on Hot Ones. Here's the thing. They kept referencing the fact that Rose was on Hot Ones. Obviously, Rose is Lisa's bandmate in Blackpink. They really didn't mention Blackpink in the episode that often. I mentioned when I discovered that it was going to be Lisa on Hot Ones, it was promoting her new album, Alter Ego, which releases today, actually, so it's pretty cool. Actually, I just realized I'm not the center. Hold on a second. There we go. Sometimes I wonder if I'm actually going to fall back into this chair. So they talked about how stepping into a character serves as a superpower, and in Alter Ego, she literally has 5 different characters: Roxy, Kiki, Sunny, Speedy, and Vixie. And each one of those alter egos is expressing a different version of herself, which, good Lord, 5, that's insane. The proudest day on the set of working on The White Lotus, which just released its new season, and her first acting debut, by the way, was shooting the welcoming scene. They talked about collaborating with Max Martin. He's worked with people like NSYNC and the like. as well as she talked about working with Rosalia. She talked about rapping in English versus rapping in Korean, and how when she raps in English, she can't really pronounce the letter V. And for Korean rapping, she can't pronounce sa, I believe is what she said. She gave Sean, because Sean asked him, do you have any essential beauty tips for a bald guy like me? And then she says she carries a mask with her wherever she goes, and Sean should be using that. Although, she did say that Sean's skin is actually quite good. So, I mean, listen. Believe it or not, guys actually get a little, we get excited whenever a woman actually recognizes how good our skin looks. We do. We never really show it because, heaven forbid, you actually compliment us on our skin, but we do get excited for it. Anyway, she talked about how the media around, because she's performing in America, Europe, she's performing all over the world, and the media around the world is always different, specifically, obviously, languages. So her advice for trying to pick up a language is just talk to people more. Like, be in that environment where lots of people are speaking a different language, and over time, you seem to pick up on that. I mean, in a way, I guess it is how I learned how to speak Spanish. I mean, when I first started taking Spanish when I was in 7th grade, and I mean, it's not like I was surrounded by people speaking Spanish 24/7, but the more I spoke it, the better at it I got. Which I probably may need to consider speaking more of it eventually, but semantics. When they got to, she thought that the most challenging choreography she ever had to do was like mastering the lesson for a video she was about to do in 1 hour, and then she literally performed the music video. Okay, at least it's a G for that reason. She talked about essential Thai street food. When they got to the bomb, that was the street food thing. And there was one food she tried, she was saying, but I couldn't find how to spell it or pronounce it. Mamoon, I think is what she said it was. But then she talked about mango sticky rice and boat noodles. When asked what was a bigger and more nerve-wracking moment, the coin toss for a Premier League game or waving the flag at a Formula One race, and she said the coin toss was more nerve-wracking. And for the last stab, she had to draw a sketch. She drew the sketch of a kitty. Okay, Lisa's awesome. She is. And I thought it was a great episode overall. I mean, we officially have 2 of the 4 members of Blackpink having been hot ones. Ooh. I wonder if we'll get the other 2 members later this year. Because we literally just had Rose on the last season. We had Lisa now. I'm sorry, I literally just, and sad, in the video on Tuesday, I literally just talked about the names of the other 2. Well, the point is we may actually get all 4 members of Blackpink in 2025. That'd be cool if that happened. Or maybe we could do an entire Blackpink episode. That'd be really cool too. I mean, we've done the Jonas Brothers. We've done NSYNC. Why not Blackpink? Hey, that rhymed. Okay, but enough about that. I need to get my notes out for one very important thing. And that is, well, the real importance of today's video. Because it's the end of February after today. And I would be remiss if I didn't get into all the big major things that happened this month. I mean, if you recall, on January 31st, I actually got in a car accident. I mean, obviously I'm fine, but, you know, it still happened. I have to acknowledge it. I quite literally ended January with a bang. But I was able to shake it off because, well, obviously, I saw Claudia Hoyser that day, as well as I got to see Blue Eyed Soul at Patrick's. But that was on January 1st. So what happened after that? On January 1st. It was January 31st when it happened. So what happened on February 1st? Well, the month of February quite literally started off with me getting ice cream for breakfast at the last stand. On National Eat Ice Cream for Breakfast Day. Which was awesome. Had a bacon and pancake sundae made with caramel turtle ice cream. Had a guys night out with my dad, Steffi's, and I got to see Blue Eyed Soul again at Illegal Tap House. Which, yeah. What else happened? A week later, I got to go to another event at Illegal Tap House, which was their 70s disco night. But before that, though, I actually went to Patrick's, where I got to see Blue Eyed Soul a week earlier to celebrate their 8 years of anniversary being open, which, once again, Patrick's, congratulations for being open in 8 years. Definitely no small feat by any means. Here's to many more years to come, of course. And, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm also on February 8th, because we got like a big snowstorm, right? And there's a giant parking lot right outside of my window. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 cars were doing donuts out there. Which was awesome. And actually, hold on a second. I crossed off 2 items off my bucket list. What were they? Hold on. Right, 70s disco night I went to in Patrick. Okay, so yeah. So that was February 8th. 5 days on the 13th, I finally scratched my pickle making itch and made like a whole bunch of jars of pickles. And I've actually given away quite a few of them so far. In fact, the next day, on the 14th, I gave away 2 of my jars to my landlord, who retired, on Valentine's Day. Which, I mean, you know, you gotta pay my respects, you know, I wish her happy retirement. But I literally got through, seriously, the first major obstacle I had this year was just getting through Valentine's Day. If you recall, Valentine's Day 2024, that was the year I finally reached my breaking point of, like, realizing how much of a loser I am and how I've been single on Valentine's Day for 34 years in a row. So I pretty much sat in my car and cried. So needless to say, I wasn't able to let that happen this year. And I didn't. I mean, really nothing bad happened on Valentine's Day. However, as I was preparing to go out and about like I always do on a Friday night, as I was taking a shower, I couldn't help but think that one day I know for a fact I'm going to meet a nice girl. And I know I'm going to be absolutely happy. But right now, I would also be just as annoyed that it took this long to happen. That's a me thing, though. That's something I would need to get over myself. The next day, we had the celebration of life for Tally Sutton, who had passed away. It was very sad and very, very somber occasion, to be sure. However, there were so many people who were there who Tally Sutton impacted. You know, celebrating her, like talking about her, laughing at all the good times they had. You know, what more could you want? I mean, that alone was beautiful. Later, I went to Illegal Tap House for the Hypno and Humor event. So I got to see comedian Sky Sands and hypnotist Jason Kropidlowski. And I got to be part of the hypnotist show. And I actually got to be hypnotized. That happened. So yeah, cross that off my bucket list. The next day, I go to church, and this family that I know was actually celebrating the baptism of, obviously, their newest family member, and they offered that I go to the after party after we all went to church. I got to go to the after party. Yeah. I mean, obviously I wasn't going to go without bringing a gift to say thank you for, having me come. So I grabbed 4 more of my jars of pickles and gave them to that family as a way of saying thank you for having me. And then later when my mom made dinner, she made broccoli and Swiss cheese soup. I actually helped make dinner, helped make the salad and the mashed potatoes. My mom made roast chicken. And I actually made a few more jars of pickles. So right now I've actually been writing down how many jars of pickles I still have. So let's see what happened. Several days later, I went to Cabin Fever. Cabin Fever also happened on February 21st. Which it was fun seeing a lot of people out and about. First time on Cabin Fever, I went to every single place possible, including all the places on Bridge Street. So I definitely gave seriously, between Cabin Fever and the bourbon tasting event the next day, well, not only did I cross off several items off my bucket list, I'll get more on that in a minute, but I probably gave my liver a decent workout. Also on February 21st, first year time 2025, my mom made her mac and cheese. Mom's mac and cheese is awesome. So the next day I mentioned the bourbon tasting event, got to that too, and that was already going to be on one of the best days of the year for list for me, as well as one of the best days of February 2025, but I learned that Country Chaos was performing at Zach's Grill, which isn't very far from where I live. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go see Zach. I'm going to go to Zach's Grill to see Country Chaos. I finally got to see Country Chaos. It was awesome. And between the 4 jars I gave to Illegal Tap House for, putting on the event they had, the whiskey bourbon tasting, and the jar of pickles I gave to the lead singer of Country Chaos, I now have 45 jars of pickles remaining. So I crossed off quite a few items off my bucket list this month. And I've had really great days because of it. So yeah. I can and I said this when I did my video in regards to Tally Sutton's passing. more so than the things in my life I have, or the things in my life that I've done, it's the people. It's the people that really do matter more to me than anything. And there was a lot of people I got to see this month that made it all the more special. Granted, at least in regards to the celebration of life for Tally Sutton, it was a rather somber occasion, but it was still wonderful to see so many people. So, I guess, I know for a fact that I can now say it has been the best, hold on. I actually had to count this last night, hold on. Yeah, it's been the best 19 months of my life. If you had told me on July 30th I would have had 19 incredible months in a row filled with so much, I don't think I'd believe you. But here we are. And I am both very blessed and privileged to say that it's been a wonderful 19 months. And February isn't, and yes, I know February isn't over yet, but bro, the first Alive After 5 is happening right down the street from where I live. Not to mention, Rita's Italian Ice opens up today in my area. Yeah. I'm pretty sure February 2025 is going to end in the most spectacular way. And I am pumped for it. So yeah. I got to end February 25 going to Rita's today. And Alive After 5 if I can get there in time. I'm excited. Let's go. And even better, one moment please. Oh, sorry. I have a very special item in here that I get to bring back tomorrow. So I am pumped right now. With all that said, February 2025, I will admit, you actually made me the most nervous going in. But I got through Valentine's Day. I got through so many incredible days. I mean, actually, you know what? I'm going to add one more day. Hold on. February 4th. So, hold on. One thing I should also do as well. Went to the, I was going to say I went to the pancake supper. That my father and the Rotary and Corning were putting on. So, hold on. And the members of the there, you know what? I just added another day to the, hold on. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Whatever. Yeah. So that's another February 4th, I got to go to the pancake supper, which was awesome. And you know what I'm going to do? One more thing. Why do I keep spelling wrong? There we go. Just add another thing to my bucket list that I did. Okay, so yeah. Thank you, February 2025. I know there's still more to do, but yeah, I can say it's been the best 19 months of my life. I hope you like this video. Oh, you know what? I also forgot the Super Bowl. But I didn't really do much on the Super Bowl other than see my family. Yeah, honestly, I probably should put the Super Bowl on my list of the best days of the year because of the Super Bowl, and you know, I'll get to that later. So yeah, February 9th was also the Super Bowl. Man, February was awesome. I hope you like this video. If you like this, subscribe to the YouTube channel on social media. As always, have your home this video for all you guys watching. Enjoy today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. And remember, if you guys want to talk, check with me here to let me know you're back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.